Why did you say that the price of survival is the equality of women?
Because if women have full ability to enter into all facets of the human condition, if they can enter business, if they can enter religion, science, government on an equal basis with men, they will be so busy that they won't feel as necessary to have a great many children. As long as you have women under conditions where they don't feel any sense of value, no self-worth, except as mothers, except as baby factories, they'll have a lot of children, because that's the only way they can prove they're worth something. In general, if you look through the world, the lower the status of women, the higher the birth rate. And the higher the birth rate, the lower the status of women. So that if you could somehow raise the status of women, I am certain the birth rate will fall drastically through the choice of the women themselves.
Gosh, Gramps, it's almost like the human race isn't worth saving if it requires the subjugation of half the population to be sustained. It's almost like having a whole bunch of kids isn't that desirable and was only done historically because people didn't have options. If something is obviously good and desirable, people do pursue it of their own volition. So if fewer and fewer people choose to have a bunch of kids as they have more choice, that should tell you that it's not always that desirable of an option for many people. I am so tired of the hyperbole around the birth rate decline, which apparently has been building for decades because that guy is a dinosaur. Having fewer people is not a crisis and ultimately could go a long way to correcting some market issues we're currently facing. And the people who want you to believe that it is a catastrophe always have an ulterior motive, which is the oppression of women, and they barely bother to hide that. Ultimately, and importantly, it's not just women who want fewer kids as they have more options. Most men are also not looking to raise a full school bus of children. And we see that even when they're given incentives like paid paternal leave. In fact, when Spain did that, they studied men after the fact and found they actually wanted fewer children after having to spend more time with their offspring. But you'll notice we never talk about men and their procreation preferences in this discussion, and that's because it isn't ultimately about how many people are on Earth. It's about these kinds of men being able to control and oppress women.